Praise the Lord. Today I like to speak about Psalms 91, verse 3. It is written, "Surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler." This Psalms is written by a great servant of God, Moses. He was a great prophet of Israel and the God. He is written that the meaning that God will protect you from the net of a hunter. This means if you are like in the net of a hunter, or if you are inside the net of a fowler or a devil, naturally you will think you will depressed, and you will feel that nobody is coming to escape me. I have nobody, and you will think a lot of negative thoughts. But Moses is telling that don't worry about that. If nobody is there, if you are as a human being, maybe you cannot come out from the net because you are not able to break the net, and you are not able to break the fowler or break the Satan. So Moses is telling that Moses returned that you don't worry because God is there. God will deliver you from the net of the fowler. This is the meaning that Moses wrote this verse to us by the inspiration of God. All the verses are inspiration of God. I am thinking that Moses definitely have an experience like this, and God delivered him from the snare of the fowler. Moses, uh, he want to deliver the children of Israel's, children of God from Egypt. And King Pharaoh was the king of Egypt. And King Pharaoh, as a snare of the fowler, was trying to kill Moses because Moses are trying to deliver the people from Egypt, and he want to lead them to Canaan. The people of Israel were working in Egypt, long years before as slaves of Pharaoh. They were working hard, but they were not getting any wages, not even enough food or enough clothes. And not only that, if the supervisors of the Pharaoh, while visiting them, if they found their work are not well done, they will beat the slaves, the children of God. And every day they were getting the beat and shoutings from the supervisors of Pharaoh, and the people were crying a lot. They were crying loudly, and God heard their cry. And because of that, God descended the earth. And God found Moses, and God gave the power to Moses to lead these people from Egypt to Canaan. If it would happen, that would be a big loss for Pharaoh, because these people, around lakhs of people, around more than 20 lakhs of people were working as slaves without any wages, and that is the reason to develop the Egypt. So Pharaoh don't want to allow this. If such an evacuation happened in Egypt, their economy and their whole things will be fallen down. So there is only one solution the King Pharaoh think to kill the Moses. So it was the situation to Moses, but Moses really understood that God delivered him from the snare of the fowler. The Pharaoh was a snare of the fowler, and Moses was delivered by God. And if you think through the Bible, you can see a lot of examples like that. The King Saul, as a fowler, he wanted to kill King David. David was just anointed by God to the king of the Israel. Then the king Saul thought that if David would uh, take charge of the kingdom, then his position will go down and his son also become powerless, and maybe David will kill them. All the family members would be killed by David, or definitely David will keep him in jail. This is happening in the Gentiles kings. If one king turn over the kingdom, then he would kill the past king and the king's family completely. So King Saul wanted to kill David, and he made so many traps. King Saul worked as a snare of the fowler, but God delivered David from the snare of the fowler. Then, if we go about the prophet Elijah, Elijah was a threat to the king Ahab and his wife Queen Isabel, because they were sacrificing children to the false gods, and they were worshipping the false gods, and they were persuading the Israelites to worship false gods. God doesn't like that. God told Elijah to shut the rain for 3.5 years in Israel. So there would be a big drought, and there was very uh, um, poverty, and they would have nothing to eat. Such a big bad situation happened in Israel at that time. So the king Ahab know that this happened through Elijah, prophet Elijah. So he want to kill Elijah as a snare of the fowler. But the God delivered Elijah from the snare of the fowler. Then we can see in the New Testament, King Herod, as a snare of the fowler, wanted to kill Peter. And he caught him and put in the jail, and he was guarded by 16 soldiers. And beyond that, while he was sleeping in the night, Peter's right hand was bound with the left hand of a soldier, and his left hand was bound with the right hand of a soldier. So there is no chance to escape from the snare of the fowler. So definitely the next day morning, the Peter was going to die, and the king God would cut his head. God delivered him. God sent his angel to the jail and delivered Peter. So such a situation happened, the God is there. This is what Moses wanted to inform us. If you are in such a situation, even in economic way or in other way, if you are in such a situation, there is God. God will deliver you from the snare of the fowler. Fowler means a hunter. Hunter, the old times a hunter, he wanted, when we go to the hunting, he had some weapons like bow and arrows and spears. And nowadays the hunters have double-barreled gun to shoot the animals, and he had a net to catch the birds. So anyway, the hunter has his own weapons to catch the animals. For hunting, they need the weapons. The same way, Satan is also having some weapons. So actually, Satan is using the human being to hunt the human being. So the Pharaoh and the King Ahab and the King Saul and the King Herod, they are all as a snare of Satan. And we can see so many cheap politicians nowadays, so many cheap politicians, criminals, and some religious leaders and some other kind of bad people, they are in the hand of the devil. Actually, they didn't know what they are doing. They are working for the devil. They are in the hand of devils. So we have an obligation to pray for such people. If we pray to the God, maybe God will relieve them under the hand of the devil. So this is our obligation. If we see some bad politicians or bad people, some criminals and some bad religious leaders, like that, some people was doing bad things within the hand of devil, we should pray for them to release from the devil's hand. Satan, his work is in underworld, that we know that we cannot see him. He is in an unseen world. He is working in an unseen world. We cannot see. So, in second King 6:17, I will read that. In Second King chapter 6 and verses 17. And Elijah prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. So Satan is working in unseen world. The same way God is also working in the unseen world. If Satan is trying to kill us or trying to catch us or trying to do some bad things with us, we think that God is also there to protect us. He is sending his lot of angels are there. Satan also have a lot of angels. And God also have a lot of angels, more than Satan's power. Here, the main things that we want to see the Satan, that's the main thing. We cannot see who is Satan, who is devil, who is God's angels. We want to see that. This is the verse I read, the explanation is like that. Once the servant of prophet Elisha, Gehazi was so scared because the king of Syria sent a lot of army to bind Elisha from there to his country, and he wanted to kill Elisha. So Gehazi looked, and he saw a lot of enemies around Elisha. So the enemy, the army would catch him and Gehazi also, and they will kill. So Elisha, the servant of Elisha, was so scared and cried. So then Elisha told Gehazi that, why you are worrying? We have lot of hosts than powerful of the Syrian king. We have more than that with us. But Gehazi cannot see that. So the Elisha prayed to God, God, I pray to you, please open his eyes. The people, every human being have an inner eye. If it open, we can see what is in the unseen world. So Elisha prayed, and God opened the inner eyes of Gehazi, and Gehazi saw that lot of hosts of God, the horse of fire and chariots of fire, are there. That is more than that Syrian king's army. So God is protecting us. So this way, if our inner eye is open, we can see what God is going to do, what the Satan is doing against us. So we have to pray, God, please open my eyes, open my eyes. Every day we have to pray. We want to see what's going on. We want to see. So here, Prophet Elisha prayed, and the Gehazi could see that. Like that way, in atmosphere, there are a lot of bacteria. You know, everybody knows that there are a lot of bacteria. If you see the bacteria in the atmosphere which we are respirating, we don't respirate because if the bacteria go inside, that will make some kind of diseases and that will spoil our health. And even if we drink one glass of water, there would be bacteria. If you see if there is a bacteria, we don't drink it. Like that, while we are eating, there would be a lot of bacteria. But if we cannot see that. If we want to see that, we have to use a powerful microscope. The same way, Satan is Satan is in the atmosphere. Satan is everywhere. Satan's angels are everywhere. If it come inside our spirit, like the bacteria go to inside our body without knowing us, the same way the bad spirit, the devil spirit going inside of our spirit, our heart. So if it go inside, if a bacteria go inside, that will spoil our lot of organs like a liver, heart and kidney and everything. That will spoil. The same way, if the Satan come inside, they will spoil our godliness, our belief in God, our faith, our hope. The Satan will spoil it. So we need to see that if Satan coming inside, we need to see that. That's the only one way. We need to pray God. Pray God, open our heart, open my heart. Some people are telling in the old time devil was different than this time devil. But that is not true. We know that. Devil is only one. But his action, his mode of attack is different. In old time, around 1000 years ago, the figure of the Satans, as we think that he is a black figure and having two horns on his forehead. If he come like that way, we can understand that is Satan, that is devil. But actually, no. His mode of attack is different. In old time, he is attacking men and women, those who are serving Christ. He is casting the men and women, those who are serving Christ, to the fire. And he was killing lot of men and women in the ancient time. But now, he is not doing that way. If you do that way, you don't get more people. That's an old time mode of the devil. Nowadays, how he is behaving to us, he is coming in a good suit, and he is speaking in a good way. If a man come and speak with me, if I think if he is a devil, I don't speak with him. If he is coming in a good way, and he is speaking very nicely, and he is wearing a good suit, and he is an educated man, and I know that he is a Christian, if he come and advise me that he is telling me that I need to develop my business, and he is telling some advices to me, and that I will accept it, because I know he is a well-educated man, and he is a well-known man, and he is a church man, and he is a believer, he is a Christian. So what is the reason? There is no reason to avoid him. So I will accept his advices. But that advices was completely against the God purpose. Actually, that will develop my business, but that is against the God law. This way, like that man can cheat many lot of people. So Satan is doing that way. He want to cheat many people. And the other thing, Satan attacking the people in the other way. I can tell you an example that if you see some mice in your home, what you are doing that you suddenly you get a mouse trap and you put in the house. If you don't along the mouse trap, if you don't put a favorite food for the mouse will not come. You don't get the mouse. Definitely, you will put some dry fish or some dry coconut pieces. The mouse like that. By attracting that, he is tempting the mouse, tempted to take and eat that piece of food. So mouse come and take the food, and they will be trapped. This way, Satan is giving the trap to all the people. In 2 Samuel 11:2, in 2 Samuel 11:2, there you can see an example. Once King David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king home. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. See, David trapped. David arose and bed off, and he walked from the roof top of king home, and he saw a woman was washing, and she was very beautiful. And David commanded his soldiers to bring the woman there, and he did adultery with the woman. So David was trapped because the devil kept a woman there. So this way, lot of people were trapped. And another some more example I can tell you that